Good morning everybody, welcome back to another video. I have just got my morning coffee. I'm late today everybody. I got up late, so it's now 25 to 7, so I need to go upstairs and read my Bible and things. But how are you? Good morning, I hope you're all well today. It's Monday and I thought I'd bring you all along on what I eat in a day when I'm avoiding ultra processed food. Now, the coffee that I have is pure ground coffee beans and the milk is from our dairy, so that's a thumbs up. I always try and have something to eat before I have my coffee, so I usually have a banana. So I had a banana, and I'll see you all at breakfast when I show you what we have for breakfast. We're also going to be making our own tomato ketchup because I made it the other day and it's amazing. And just generally seeing, I don't know what else I need to make today, but I just thought I'd bring you all along, show you what I'm eating. I'm going into town to get my nails done this morning because look, we've got faux pas. How awful. So need to go and get my nails sorted. And I'll grab a coffee in town. Now, interestingly, I used to go to Greggs for my coffee because they do really good coffee and it's really affordable. However, Greggs coffee is ultra processed because they use a machine and they use powdered milk. So I can't do that. So I go to Starbucks quite a lot and their coffee is really nice. So I'm going to pop into town, grab a Starbucks, go and get my nails done, come home, and then we will make some tomato ketchup and see what else I eat on a diet, a lifestyle of avoiding ultra processed food. So I really hope you enjoy today's video. Oh, come on little camera, let me make sure I'm on the right setting. Follow. I think this is the one I want to be on. I think. Anyway, we're back. I can't be long because I'm actually getting a lift from my colleague at 8:30. I've got to be at Sainsbury's at 8:30, so I can't be long. So it's now 8:05. So for breakfast, we have got scrambled eggs and avocado with black pepper. Let me just turn you around. There we go. Yeah, so scrambled eggs with avocado, a squeeze of lemon juice and black pepper is what we have for breakfast today. Going to eat this and then head out to Sainsbury's and go and meet my colleague. And I'll be getting a coffee from Starbucks in my reusable cup. And yeah, I have a latte from Starbucks. I don't have any syrups or any sugar or anything like that. When I come home, I will talk about the whole sugar thing. And also we're going to be making hummus. So we're going to be making tomato sauce and hummus. I also did my makeup in the dark, so I'm pretty certain I'm a bit orange, so I need to sort that out too. But I'll be back later once I have done my nails. Oh my gosh, we're having roadworks done in our street at the minute. And the road's being shut off, and I've just seen like a dinosaur of a contraption going down our street. It's so exciting. Anyway, with that, I've got to get going and get gone. So I will see all of you when I come home. Hello everybody, I'm back from town now. Just shaking up my little protein collagen shake. Okay, I think we're sufficiently shaken. Really impressed I did not spill any of that. So this I have is my Freya bone broth shake. It is just gone 11 o'clock and the Freya bone broth shake literally just contains very whole simple ingredients. So it contains bone broth, obviously. In fact, instead of me trying to guess what's in it, I am just going to Freya bone, I can't spell. So I have the chocolate flavour on their website. I will link it below, and no, I'm not sponsored. Arthi, please don't be naughty. Okay, got it, I've got it. So there is Swedish beef bone broth powder, coconut sugar, and cacao powder for chocolate flavour. That's it. That is it in the bone broth shake. So I don't class this as ultra processed. I enjoy this because it's cacao powder as well. The only thing I would probably say is the coconut sugar, but we're going to get onto sugar in a few minutes. With regards to sugar, I am trying different approaches. So I'm using honey, organic if I can get it, but you'll see in a moment I'm not using organic honey, but honey, dates or date paste made at home, so date paste that I make here, unrefined sugar, so that sugar, like that's kind of organic sugar. Arth, come here. Arthi, say hello to everyone. Hi from Arthi. Arthi's been on a diet, everyone, and he's doing really well. He was nearly 5.5 kilos and he's now 4.8. You're doing very well, aren't you? Hey, so gorgeous. I could just cuddle and squeeze you all day long. Ooh. Yeah, so unrefined sugars I'm using, or things like coconut sugar. Now, I don't have any coconut sugar. The only coconut sugar I have is in my shake, but I am trying to limit my sugar. I'm also eating dark chocolate, 80% or above, nothing below, but that's, yeah, that's kind of it. Someone did message me and say that I could make chocolate or, you know, do something with that, but I'm just sticking to 80% and above dark chocolate when I have the craving, really. When it comes to baking goods, now I am doing homemade baked goods, and then for those, what I need sugar wise, I'm using unrefined sugar. I am not cutting sugar completely out of this process at the moment. I'm cutting out anything that comes, any food item that comes in a packet. I know sugar does, but unrefined sugar. Most things that come in packaging I'm avoiding, like chocolate bars, crisps, cakes, anything you'd buy like packaged foods. The only condiment I'm consuming is mayonnaise. I've tried making mayonnaise and it's really difficult, so I've stopped making mayonnaise because I was wasting ingredients and I don't want to waste them. So I'm having mayonnaise, but today we are going to be making tomato ketchup because I found a recipe and it's really, really good. And we're also going to make some homemade hummus because that's easy to make and it is really delicious. So we're going to do that as well. So yeah, that's kind of like what I'm eating and what I'm not eating. I'm focusing mainly on whole foods, also good quality meats where possible. If I can, I want to buy things from the butchers where possible as well, but also Lidl. I go to Lidl and they have a grass-fed meat range, as I mentioned in my last video, and yeah, it's going really well so far. I'm really enjoying it. I'm not craving anything like that's come in a packet. I mean, yeah, I really fancied like pizza the other night, and George said, well, we could make pizza, like we could make the dough and get the toppings, and so that's a thing that we may do as well, and just experimenting with things that I can make from scratch. I think it's all about making things from scratch, making things with my hands, really enjoying that and not buying pre-packaged foods. I hope that makes sense, what I've just spoken about. So yeah, now the unrefined sugar and the honey that I'll be using for the tomato sauce probably isn't the best. I'm trying to find the ingredients on here, if there is any. Oh, ingredients, pure honey. So that's my honey. This is the refined sugar that I've been using. Organic, golden, unrefined cane sugar, and I'm just seeing if there's anything about ingredients on here. No, I think it's literally, this is literally all what it is. Oh my gosh, this comes from Peterborough. I used to live there. That's hilarious. Okay, yeah, it doesn't have anything on here, but it just says unrefined organic granulated sugar. So these are the two sweeteners that I'll be using in today's recipe to make the tomato ketchup. But for now, let's get everything prepared and set up. I will pop you on a little time lapse of what I'm doing. We're going to do the hummus first and then the tomato sauce, and it will be all to a voiceover. So grab a drink and enjoy this section of the video. So here we are about to make the homemade hummus. Here is all the ingredients I'm going to be using: chickpeas, salt, olive oil, lemon juice, garlic and onion powder. Now, what I haven't included in this section of the video is tahini. You'll see in a few moments that I suddenly miraculously appear with a jar of tahini. I tried to make this hummus recipe without using tahini, but when I discovered that it didn't work, I ran to Sainsbury's, picked up a jar of tahini, and all was well. I just felt like, even though this was great, and also adding the garlic and onion powder really did give it a really delicious flavour, so I'd highly recommend that. I didn't add cumin because I didn't have any, so that's the only thing I didn't add, but adding the tahini really made a massive difference. It made the hummus creamy, it gave it so much more flavour and depth, and I probably won't be avoiding using tahini again because it just really made a difference. And here you see me drop half a jar of olive oil on the floor, and it smashed because it was glass, gutted. So after cleaning that up, I realised I had a reserve bottle of olive oil in the cupboard or in the pantry, so at least I had some of that. And here is my homemade hummus. I have made hummus before in the past, but each time I make it, I think it is just tastes even better. I added a drizzle of olive oil on just at the end, and simple, wholesome, plain ingredients, and it was delicious. We're now moving on to the homemade tomato sauce. I will try and link the recipe that I found in the description box below for you if you want to make this yourself. These are the only ingredients I use, and it was absolutely delicious. What I did was added a sachet or jar or tube of tomato puree, and added a little bit of water just to loosen it and make it a little bit thinner in texture, and got that heating on the hob. And then I added all my other ingredients. So I added some onion powder, garlic powder, paprika, a little bit of sugar and some honey, and finally I added some Worcestershire sauce, which is a little secret ingredient because I didn't think you'd have that in tomato ketchup, but here we are. Mix it all together, and then once it's all combined, take it off the hob and leave it to cool for 15 minutes. And while the tomato ketchup is cooling, we're going to make some lunch. So I bought this bread off the market. It's 100% sourdough bread, and it is so good. It's the best bread stall in Newark. I couldn't rave it high enough. And I minced up or chopped up very small pieces of chicken that I cooked at the weekend, and then to that I added just a little bit of mayonnaise. I'd say probably a tablespoon and a half, because we were going to be having a chicken mayo salad sandwich concoction this week. And for my snacks, I'm having carrot sticks and homemade hummus, which is so great. And I've just found, since cutting out ultra processed food, having snacks, I'm having to be more inventive with what I eat, but it's so delicious and so rewarding at the same time, and all this food keeps me full for longer, especially the homemade hummus. It's fantastic. I then have discovered another new snack that I love, which is grapes and cheese. Very Parisian, I think. I've been watching too much Emily in Paris, and the cheese that I buy is 100% cheese. It's like organic, pure. I think this is pure. No, it's not goat's cheese, but it was like in the really posh section of Sainsbury's. It was expensive, but also delicious, and I will be buying it again. and then I just assembled my lunch together, and it was so delicious. It was like a little snack plate. So I have so much going on my plate here, as you can see. We've got the chicken on top of sourdough toast, homemade hummus, carrot sticks, grapes, cheese, walnuts, and some dark chocolate. Delicious. Once the tomato ketchup has officially cooled down, I then add it into a little container, as you're seeing now, and blend it up. Now, the reason why we blend it is just to make it a smoother consistency, so it's more like a sauce. And sometimes it's still a little bit thick, but I actually quite like that. And then I just add it to a jar and store it in the fridge for up to 5 days. And finally, all the cooking and the prep is all done. I've made lunches for tomorrow for work. I'm just hopefully defrosting some salmon. I hope it defrosts in time. Pray for me, everybody. Pray for me. If not, then I may have to go and buy some more. I don't know if it's going to defrost in time, if I've got to be honest. It's I should have got it out last night. I think actually I'm going to put it back in the freezer and go and get some more later. We are having salmon for dinner, but I just don't think it's going to have defrosted in time. However, we have got homemade hummus. I did, obviously, as you know in the voiceover, I did have to go out and buy some tahini because I tried to make it without the tahini. It just didn't work. You need tahini, you really do. I tried to make it without and it just wasn't successful. So I went out and got tahini. George and I will probably go for a walk later and I'll ask him if we can pop to Sainsbury's and then get some salmon to go with dinner. Anyway, the tomato ketchup, this is not my recipe. I will link the recipe below because it's from Instagram, but I'm not on Instagram anymore. That's a long story, but I'll address that in my monthly reset. But the tomato ketchup is delicious. Oh my goodness. I don't think I'm gonna go back to shop bought tomato sauce again. This is perfect. And it will store in the fridge for up to 5 days or a week. It's so good and it's so easy to make. So yeah, here's what we've made today. I've got my lunch on the table. It is currently 1:15. I think I may make a green tea to take upstairs with me and enjoy my lunch, and then yeah, I'll be back at dinner when we're cooking some salmon. I need to do some rice, so but I'll do that later, I think, once I've got my salmon, and I need to put this camera on charge. But yeah, I will see you all a little bit later. I may be in a different attire then, so I will catch up with you all then. Hello everybody, I'm back. So I'm going to cook up some rice to go with dinner. We still need to go to Sainsbury's to get some salmon because I put the other salmon in the freezer because I didn't get it out in time, so we need to go and get some salmon. For dinner, I'm going to be doing a salmon rice bowl. So it's going to contain some Thai jasmine rice, a piece of cooked salmon. I'm going to glaze it in lemon juice or lemon, ginger, maybe garlic, I'm not too sure yet, but I'm going to glaze it anyway. And then I'm going to get some pickled ginger because I love that to go on the side, and rice, salmon, broccoli, cucumber, pickled ginger, and that'll be my dinner. So I'm going to start and cook the rice because George hasn't quite finished work yet, and then once he has, we're going to go for a lovely walk to Sainsbury's. I'll get my salmon, come home, cook it. I might cook 2 lots of salmon so that I've got dinner for tomorrow night when I finish work. So when I come home from work, I don't have to cook. I could just like have it ready to go. So yeah, let's cook some salmon together. I meant rice. Let's cook rice together because I need to go and get the salmon. I'm quite tired today. Just thought I'd let you know. I'm quite tired. I'm literally just about coming off time of the month, so my energy hasn't quite peaked yet. So let's cook some rice together. So I start out by weighing my rice. I never used to do this, I just used to cook a load of rice, and then I saw just how many calories that were in like a portion of rice, and now I do weigh it because I want to get my calorie source from my protein intake. This rice that I'm using is jasmine rice, and it's one of my favourites because I like that it's a little bit sticky and a little bit sweet at times. It's my favourite type of rice. I start off by washing the rice before I cook it, so I rinse it out and do this technique at least 3 or 4 times, or until the water starts to run clear. And once it is running clear, I then pop it on the hob. I start off on a medium to high heat and allow it to bubble, and then I reduce the heat to a medium to low heat and simmer for 10 to 15 minutes. And then you're left with nice cooked sticky jasmine rice. I'm then just placing that into a bowl and allowing it to cool for a little bit before moving on to the next part of the dinner, which is the salmon. So I picked up this piece of salmon. It's actually 2 pieces, 2 salmon fillets from Sainsbury's, and when I looked at the packaging, it actually says that it's from Scotland, which is so cool. So it's responsibly sourced. That's the word I was looking for. I then season it with a bit of salt, a little bit of soy sauce, and this is pure organic soy sauce. There's nothing else added to this apart from soybeans and water and a little bit of salt, and that is it. I then added some chopped up fresh ginger, and to give it a little bit of a sweet kick, I added a little drizzle of honey. I then wrapped it up in some tin foil and popped it into the air fryer for approximately 25 minutes on 180 degrees. Whilst the salmon was cooking, I then just started on the little side dishes, which was cucumber and avocado, whilst enjoying Emily in Paris. Have any of you guys seen this show? I'm obsessed with it. I think I've rewatched it about 10 times. It's so good. I absolutely love it. But if you have seen Emily in Paris, are you team Gabrielle or are you team Marcello? Let me know down below. And if you haven't seen it, you need to. It's so good. It's so addictive, and it's literally 20 minutes per episode, so you have no excuse. It's perfect little, it's great. While I'm doing that, and I'm seasoning my salmon rice bowl, so I added the salmon and the rice together, and then added everything else with mayo, sriracha and soy sauce, and here is the finished product. Absolutely delicious. Hello, and we have come to the end of this video. I have got my dinner. Oh my gosh, I'm pretty certain I started this video at 20 to 7 this morning, and it's now 20 to 7 this evening. How hilarious is that? I have my dinner. I love this salmon bowl concoction. It really is delicious. I may not have anything else to eat after dinner. I may just have a herbal tea before bed. If I do fancy a sweet treat, then I will have 1 square of dark chocolate, and that will be my little sweet treat. But I really hope you've enjoyed coming along with me eating no ultra processed food. It's, to be honest, the sauces get to me the most. I know I include mayonnaise. I have added a little bit of sriracha, which I probably shouldn't have. Probably not. Anyway, okay. I have got some other stuff that's got less ingredients in the fridge, like chili oil, so that's good. I've also got my natural soy sauce. This literally just has soybeans, wheat and salt, and that is it, which should only be in soy sauce. And yeah, that's kind of my dinner. I'm gonna go upstairs and watch a show with George and enjoy my evening. settle down. I've already put my phone away, get ready for the evening and get ready for work tomorrow. So I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you would like to see another rendition of this, please do let me know below. If you'd like to see another one of my grocery hauls and what I get from the supermarkets, I'm using Lidl at the moment, again, please do let me know, and I really hope you've enjoyed it, and I can't wait to see you all in next week's video. Take care, thanks for watching, bye!